Hello from the Georgia World Congress Center in Atlanta, where the tea is sweet and the humidity is high. I'm David Walker. Let's take a look at what happened in our Day 1 keynote for Red Hat Summit 2026. Matt Hicks opened the morning by naming the villain most enterprises are facing now: the complexity gap. It's widening the space between skyrocketing demands of your systems and the fact that you don't suddenly have 5 more versions of yourself to manage them. The hero in this scenario, the IT professional, because success in AI depends on a solid foundation, not just the flashy models. He proved it by sharing how Red Hat has embraced open source models.
Layer by layer, we went through the entire application to figure out what we could switch from the frontier models to open source models running on our infrastructure and technology. And here's what surprised us. Of course, this was more efficient, but our results actually got better.
Ashesh Badani then hit the virtualization crisis head-on, but he pointed out that the cost is only part of the problem. The real headache is that the infrastructure now has to support 3 fundamentally different types of workloads: virtual machines, containers, and AI. Ashesh's argument is that we have to stop managing these in separate silos and move them all to one platform.
We feel that's an unsustainable ask for any team. What if there was one platform with one operational model and one consistent security posture? That is exactly what OpenShift delivers, and it's different from every other platform in the market today.
That leads directly to his big push on digital sovereignty. To help that, Red Hat has launched confirmed sovereign support for the European Union. This includes landing zones that are compliant from day 0 and in-region content delivery. It's keeping your data and your models under local control so regulations become a competitive advantage instead of a roadblock. Finally, Chris Wright laid out the technical path with the metal to agent stack. He argued to win at AI, you have to move from being a token consumer to a token provider.
Organizations that own part of their own inference infrastructure, that run self-hosted models, optimize for their business, and have real choice over which model to use for which job, those are the organizations that will emerge as the winners.
I'm joined now by Sherard Griffin, Senior Director of OpenShift AI Engineering, who's right in the middle of the keynote hall.
Thanks, David. The energy out here is phenomenal, but the operational concern is healthy. People are looking at the slides and wondering, how does this all work? Because when we talk about moving from metal to agents, the reality of engineering at scale is a concern. Ashesh and Chris talked about Red Hat AI and how it protects that craft instead of adding complexity. With services and features around MCP, models, agents, guardrails, eval, this helps IT maintain control while mitigating risk and react to the market at blazing speeds. And we also heard some phenomenal announcements around sovereignty. Partners like Core42, NVIDIA, that all allows IT to adhere to critical standards while rolling out capabilities. Red Hat's focused on all of this, and that's what makes it repeatable for the teams back home. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sherard. The big takeaway for Day 1 is that you don't have to trade control for speed. With these mounting AI demands, it's about owning your infrastructure, so you're not just renting your future from a cloud provider. If you want deep dives, those recordings are live right now. I'm heading back to the expo hall to find some legendary swag. I'll see you back here for Day 2.